Hello, hello. Welcome back to Single Women Retiring Abroad. Welcome, welcome. I am so happy you've tuned in again. As you've decided to retire in Panama. By this time, you've done all your research and everything is looking good. You say, this is going to be my new home. Now, your work hasn't stopped. It's not going to stop. You still have a lot of work to do. Now, according to the list that I posted, the next 10 topics, I am supposed to talk today about whether you need a lawyer for your visa. I don't believe I need to spend my whole video on telling you, yes, you do. Don't try to do it alone. Somebody asked, can I apply online? No, you cannot. You're a lawyer, a Panamanian lawyer, should accompany you to Migración to submit your paperwork. This is not one of those things you're going to do it alone. Remember, you're moving to a developing country. So again, I keep telling people, leave your expectations at home. Things are not done the same way here. They're not digitalized. Things are not done online only. Sometimes you apply for something online and you still have to bring a piece of paper. And in this country, they like a piece of paper, okay? So no, you cannot do this visa process by yourself. Get it out of your head. You need to hire a lawyer. Now, I told you in the previous video that you need to budget between $1,500 and $2,000. I have read the gamut that some lawyers are charging $4,000 or $5,000. You know, we are a prime target because people moving here, they have some money. So, you know, not everybody is ethical. So you have some lawyers who are trying to overcharge you, but you don't need to do that. I told you, my attorney is only going to charge you what you need. So budget $1,500 to $2,000 and call it a day. You're going to get your visa and you're going to get your ID card that is called a cedula. Now, if you also want to transfer your driver's license here, that might be an extra cost. I didn't do that and I'm going to do this on my own. All right, so I don't think I need to talk anymore about that. Okay, good. So, how do you get organized to really make your Blacksit? That's what we're going to talk about. But before I get started, let me reintroduce myself. I am Maggie Lazar, and I am a retired nurse practitioner who has been living in Panama for the last 15 months and still loving it. So I'm an ambassador. If you have questions, ask me. I did it, I downsized, and everything went according to plan. I'm a planner. I like to make lists. So I have lists in my phone and I go by it, whether it's shopping list. I have a Panama list that is this long. As I find things, you know, I have a vocabulary list of things, and so I love lists. So I could not function if I didn't say I need to do this, 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 this. So, before we get any further, have you subscribed to this channel? I need you to subscribe to this channel. I'm giving you all this free information. I'm pouring my heart out into this to give you information that's going to help make your Blacksit a lot smoother. I'm putting all the information in one channel because I'm telling you, you get such conflicting information sometimes. And my information is from my experience. I'm not an expert, but I'm going to tell you how I did it. Okay, so please subscribe, like the video, share it, and subscribe. All right, how do you get organized? Because, you know, moving to a different country, if you're going to be there, let's say for work for a year or two, it's different. But retirement has a permanent feel to it, because you may end up dying wherever you're retiring to. I may end up dying in Panama, and I would not mind that. And my close friends here, we all decided if we get sick, we don't want to be shipped back over there and have all kinds of stuff done to us. We want to be buried right here. So these are things that you're gonna have to decide and think through, okay? So I would like you to get a notebook and write these things down. I think number one, I'm gonna talk about 10 different things, maybe 11. Number one, start your visa process. Yesterday I said you could be here visiting and start the visa process, but chances are you're not going to have all your paperwork in order, your background check and all your apostille forms, because that takes a little time. So make sure you put number one, begin the visa process. Book a call with Giovanna. She'll send you a list of things that you need to do. You start working on that list, and once you get everything, you send it to her. She tells you you have an appointment with Migration, then you book your flight, you go, they accept your paperwork, they take your picture, and you leave with a temporary residency card. So at this time, you can return home and then start the real work as to, okay, what do I do first? What comes first, the chicken or the egg? Okay? So begin the retirement process. Number two, give yourself a timeline. How long do you think it's gonna take you to downsize, decide what to do with your home, let your family know, get your financials affairs in order, get your events directive, your legal stuff done, do something with your car, decide whether you're going to bring things here or not, which we don't recommend, but some people want to bring their mementos and stuff. And then mentally, to me as a psychiatrist, I feel that it is important to pour some time, to invest some time to talk about all the emotions that you're going to go through as you decide to make this move. Like I said, it is a mental game. It is, because especially if you're prone to depression, anxiety, you have got to work through those things, okay? So number two, your timeline. I said to myself, I think I needed maybe 12 months to 18 months, right? Because once you get your temporary residency card, it's about 4 to 6 months before the attorney calls you back and says, okay, we have your permanent appointment, then you need to book your flight and come in so we can go get your card. So that's something you're gonna have to budget for, all these flights back and forth, right? So decide what the timeline is gonna be for you. Could it be a year? I mean, 6 months is cutting it close, but hey, everybody's different. I just know me, I needed about a year, and that's, how long it took me. All right? Number three, decide whether you want a plan B. See, you're gonna make this huge move to a foreign country. There is some anxiety involved. Yeah, you go into the unknown, you go into a country with a different culture, different language. You're like, well, what if it doesn't work? What if I don't like it? What if? So a lot of people say, well, I'll put some stuff in storage in case it doesn't work out. When I come back, I'll have some stuff to, maybe I can rent an apartment. In business circles, they tell you, if you're going to start a business or something new, if you have a plan B, it kind of gives the idea that you're not totally committed. And then you always have this thing in the back of your neck, well, if it doesn't work out, I can do that. That keeps you from giving your all to the new venture. And that's the way I see it. If you're keeping things on this side, just in case it doesn't work out, you're more likely to just give in and say, I don't think I like it that much, I'm gonna go back. I would say don't get a plan B, but again, it's up to you, okay? So in terms of keeping stuff in storage, renting your house instead of selling it, those are all plan Bs. Telling your job, maybe you're not retired, maybe you're telling your job, I'm just gonna be there for like a month, a year and see how I like it. Well, if you retire, you're retired like myself, but maybe you have a side hustle, which a lot of people have side hustles. But it's just a mindset of saying, if it doesn't work out, I can always go back. Not really a good move. All right, number 4, decide what to do with your house. If you're in an apartment, your lease is coming up, you say, okay, I'm not going to renew my lease. Can I do a month to month? Sometimes you have to move in with someone. If they don't want you to do a month to month, do what you need to do. Personally, my house, I put it on the market. But the market started tanking and I couldn't sell my house, so my house is being leased. But that wasn't my first choice. That wasn't something that I wanted to do. All right? So decide what you want to do with your house based on whether you want to have a plan B or not. Okay? Number 5, prepare your family and friends. And that one is a little tricky because a lot of time when you tell someone you're moving out of the country, a lot of them are like, why? You're going to leave your family, and then they start putting all that guilt on you. So most people recommend that you really tell your immediate family and not let the whole population know that you're going to move abroad, because, and some people are just jealous, you know, because you got the guts to do it and they don't have the guts to do the same. Therefore, they're going to start doubting you. They're going to just tell you you're crazy, and they're going to guilt trip you. So be careful. But start preparing your loved one, your children. Hopefully you don't have a spouse that you have to deal with. But just be gentle about how you say it. And I think I do another video from a psychological standpoint, thinking about how people accept news. So you're going to have to work and be a detective on how you approach it, and expect the backlash, expect the negativity, and not take it personally. Okay? So start talking to them. Number 6, decluttering, downsizing. Oh my God. I think it was a little easier for me because I think maybe a couple of years before I decided to retire, I started saying, I'm going to embrace a minimalist type of life. I have too much stuff, gadget, you know, your cabinets are overflowing, all these pots and pans. Start giving things away and see how you feel about it. Because let me tell you, for me, that was the hardest thing, getting rid of my stuff. It was like heart-wrenching. But I knew I had to do it. It's like you need some surgery done, do it, okay? So start decluttering and downsizing. Give things away. Now, Adalia Aborisade, who's another lady who talks about moving abroad, I just watched a video that she did on decluttering. I will post it in the description so you can look at it. Because for me, it was a mental game to do that. So declutter. Decide what you're going to do with your stuff. And if you want to keep some stuff, how much? You know, how many suitcases are you going to come here with? Some people come with 7. I had 3. and even then when I came here, I'm like, I didn't need all this stuff. You don't. You really don't. Like I have a couple of sweaters. I haven't worn a sweater in Panama since I've been here. It's never cold. So I could have given those away. All right, remember, you need to like the video, share it, and subscribe. Go ahead, subscribe. Hit that button right now. All right, number 7, the mental prep. I strongly would recommend that if you have a therapist, that you start talking to someone about the whole idea of moving away, because you need to prepare yourself for the doubts, the anxiety, the sometimes depression that can hit you to say, oh, I'm going to go to this country all by myself. Even if you have a spouse, this is a whole different area. I mean, and then again, yesterday I talked about this video I saw about the honeymoon phase. Yeah, honeymoon phase, you're getting settled. But after about 3 or 4 months, everything is done. What do? You're going to have to start thinking about that. So start being proactive and talk to someone about how you're going to forge a new life for yourself in this new country. It's very important for your mental health. And number 8, what do you do with your car? If you have a car, are you going to sell it? Are you gonna turn it in? I mean, I had a really sweet deal when I knew I wanted to black sit. I found a long-term lease, a lease that I could have for up to 2 years, but after 3 months I could turn it in and just only pay like a $3.99 fee with Volvo, and that's what I did. I drove a beautiful car, and so research and see what you want to do with your car. Number 9, financial planning, legal planning. You need to get your paperwork in order, your will, your estate planning. Talk to a lawyer. I use LegalZoom to do mine. Decide who's going to be your executor of your estate, and all that needs to be done before you leave. So start thinking about that, okay? Financial prep, that's where you're going to talk to someone like me to say, well, how much money am I going to need? What is my budget going to be like? And look at your money and see, can I do this? Now you should have done that way before you get to this point, right? So at this point, we're thinking your pension or Social Security or whatever other income you have is going to help support you. Very important. You cannot ignore that one. And number 10, physical prep. So it's not just your mental health that you need to be concerned about, but your body. Start, looking at your body. Am I in the best shape? I was in the middle of a weight loss journey when I came here. And when I came here, I'd already lost 30 pounds and I was good to go. So start looking at yourself, because when you come here, some people say even if they eat, the food is fresher, it's cleaner, people lose weight. But begin, and even for your mental health, if you start a regimen of regular exercise, eating well, sleep, getting rid of the junk. You don't need to go on a detox diet. Just detox yourself. Eliminate sodas and meats and all these heavy stuff that is plugging us up. And then you're going to see your skin's going to be glowing and your mental health is going to be good. So I gave you 10 things. I could tell you more, but go back. I think I'm going to write them up and put them in a document and put it in the description so you can look at it again, because it's important for you to be organized. You don't want to leave anything to chance. And then if you want to send me an email and say, Maggie, I've done this and this, am I missing anything? I'll be happy to share with you. I think about the mental prep, the physical prep, the financial, the legal, talking to your family, know what to do with your house, your car, all this stuff. And I'm a chef. I had to leave my knives and stuff because I had like a little hiccup. I came and then I went to the Peace Corps, so my situation is different. But a lot of people have come and they brought their stuff with them. Some people decide to pack stuff in a container and bring it. I mean, it could cost you, but if there are things that you are really attached to, who am I to tell you you can't have it? As long as you're willing to pay for it, then that's fine, okay? All right, I don't want to keep talking because, there's always so much we can talk about, but getting rid of stuff and preparing yourself to move is a big job. It's a big undertaking. So I hope you're going to give yourself some time. You could have your list and then you could be in bed and say, oh, I need to do that just right. Keep it a running list. Keep your phone, be on your phone, and I'm really good at that. Put on my phone, and when it's done, I'm check. I delete it. That keeps me organized, and I feel like I've accomplished something. Okay? I'm a planner. All right, guys. I've 19 minutes. It's longer than I wanted to talk, but sometimes there's so much to talk about. You really can't limit yourself so much. Okay, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. I will see you tomorrow. I think I only have maybe 5 or 6 more videos to do to complete the challenge. You see, I was sitting here. I had washed my face. I was just relaxed, and I'm like, oh, I have to do a video. So I came and just put my hat on. You don't want to see my rickety hair. And get it done. That's what you do. You do what you got to do. All right? Au revoir à la prochaine. Good night. Bye-bye.